This kid here is the world's best 14-year-old tennis player.
Hello, my name is Junseo Jang and I'm 14 years old right now.
He's ranked inside the world's top 1,000 players for players ranked 18 and under, making him the #1 ranked player for everyone aged 2011 and younger, which is mental. Based on his UTR, he's currently sitting at #2 in the world with a UTR above 11. Now, alongside winning prestigious tournaments like Eddie Herr in 2023, he trains at IMG Academy, where we recently had a practice session where I got to see what really makes someone the world's best 14-year-old tennis player. And we're going to finish the session with some points to see how he stacks up against me in a competitive environment. Now, as some of you may know, a couple of years ago, I filmed a similar video to this with Ben Gusikwan, another tennis prodigy who was age 15 at the time. Now, with Junseo being 14, I'm excited to see how he compares to Ben at that age and what his trajectory could look like over the next couple of years. So without further ado, let's jump into the session and I hope you enjoy. So what's it like playing with the world's best 14-year-old? Well, you're about to find out. And even from hitting up and down the middle to begin the session, I could tell the level was pretty crazy. The ball striking, the consistency, the movement, everything was on point, and it was as if I was playing against a top 100 player. Now, over my time as a pro, I've played against quite a lot of top 100 players, and I can tell you that the difference in ball striking, there was no difference. And even when we jump into some cross courts, the consistency was still there. Moving the ball extremely well, super deep, super consistent. And overall, I was just so shocked. Even my brother and dad behind the camera were amazed by the level of depth and precision on each and every shot. Now, one thing I did want to note was that his backhand was definitely his favorite, or his stronger shot, should I say. I could immediately notice it, and for someone with a slightly weaker backhand than a forehand, I definitely felt under pressure on this side, and that began to play on my mind slightly, and I began to wonder, what can this guy do when we actually open up the points? We then began to warm up some volleys, trying to get all of the strokes ready for the session, really just trying to be clinical, move the feet nice and quickly, and I was interested to see as well what his volleys were like, because usually in slightly younger players, those skills that closing in of the net isn't as developed, and I could definitely see that there were a few weaknesses at the net for him, but it was still very, very obvious that he had a great net game and great natural feel and touch.
Right guys, so playing with this guy is insane. He's only 14 years old, he's like such a small guy, but he hits the ball so clean and so well. I'm literally dripping in sweat after like 15 minutes of playing with him, which is just nuts. I'm a little bit scared to play points because I don't know whether my mental state is going to cope with the fact that I could lose to a 14-year-old. I think I'm pretty good at tennis, so I'm going to give it a good go. But it's crazy to see the level of some of these young guys, like what they can do nowadays. Inspirational in a way, because it's just crazy that someone can be that good at 14.
We then jumped into some attacker-defender drills where the person on the other side is attacking into my forehand corner and then the points open. We'd switch around and then do it on the backhand side as well, essentially trying to work on coming forwards. Now, he didn't seem to want to come forwards that much, so I could definitely tell that he was a little bit more of a baseliner, and with backhands like that, I can understand why. He really moved the ball well around from the baseline, whereas someone like myself, I prefer to come in a little bit more, be super aggressive. So when I was the one attacking, I felt much more comfortable. Now, of course, he was super fast, super agile, so I knew I'm gonna have to run him around. And he even had the audacity at points to hit hot dogs. However, made sure I didn't get clipped.
Tried to hit a hot dog on me, no chance.
Now, of course, this was a great opportunity for me to work on kind of my backhand approach, really looking to approach into his backhand. He defended pretty well out of that side, but I knew that if I can get a first volley, I can really do some damage. But overall, a great kind of attacker-defender drill to kind of see in a bit more of a pressure environment how someone responds.
You watch a lot of YouTube?
Yeah, I watch with the England kid.
Ben?
Ben, yeah.
Have you ever played on grass? No? When you're playing Wimbledon Juniors, message me, we can practice on grass before.
And after the water break, it was time to warm up some serves. This was a great opportunity to see kind of what his serving power was like. Obviously, he's not a super tall guy, so I was interested to see whether he focused on accuracy or power to get the job done. And he was definitely very consistent at putting it in the same spot with actually quite a decent amount of power, if I'm honest.
You see that match yesterday with Felix and Yeah. The drama? Public double faults at 9-8, and Rally seemed just good like this.
Also, guys, we're on the road to 250,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy this content, then please go and smash that subscribe button. Okay, so now jumping into tiebreak #1 of the best of 3 format that we were going to be playing to 10 points. This was going to be a great opportunity to see where my skills were at. Now, it was definitely playing on my mind, playing against someone of his age on camera, did not want to lose. However, I also knew you know, playing against someone of his age, naturally you're going to feel like, oh, I shouldn't need to play so hard. You know, it's like playing with someone, you know, at a club level almost, but you constantly forgetting that this guy is insane. And initially, off the bat, he punished me for it. And that little bit of complacency, for example, on shots like that, just didn't need to play it, instantly got punished, and I really quickly began to realise I'm going to have to give this 100% to keep myself in it.
Down 4-2 in the tiebreak, mount a little comeback. Now I have to go all out.
And already going 4-2 down definitely wasn't a good start. Now, small excuse, playing with the new racket FX 500 Tour took a little bit of getting used to, especially on the volleys, but with that being said, definitely gave me a lot more power, so hoping to do a lot more damage on my shots. And a couple balls giving me maybe a little bit too much power, and him instantly capitalising with the backhand.
Oh my god, I could actually lose. Absolutely no mercy.
And 8-3 down definitely isn't the scoreline we wanted, and really just trying to mount a comeback here in this first tie break. And if I'm honest, he almost caught me a little bit by surprise, and I end up losing the first tie break.
What are your, like, you know, your goals kind of over the next few years?
My goal is world number one.
World number one. Oh, you're on a good path.
And then I want to enjoy to play tennis. That's my goal.
Do you prefer American food or South Korean food?
South Korean food.
Do you have like food that is your like favorite food when you like, let's say you win a match or something and you're like, I want to celebrate?
I like samgyeopsal. It's like a pork.
I need to try it.
And then kimchi jjigae.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's
like
that?
You know kimchi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For kimchi soup.
So pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Keeping it pretty healthy. I'm all about pizza and burgers. He's just keeping it nice and healthy. I've just lost tiebreak to 10 to a 14-year-old. I never thought I'd say those words. With that being said, now it's time for revenge, and there's zero mercy this tiebreak.
Now, having had my ego literally trampled on after that first tiebreak, now was time for a little bit of revenge, hoping to try and kind of recover some of it that was left. Now, this tiebreak, 100% focused, no talking to the camera, no, making jokes. This was just pure business. And I think especially, that extra focus on consistency, taking it as if I was playing a top 100 player, made a little bit of a difference, in the consistency, in the scoreline, stuff like that. Of course, when you're filming these videos, it's a practice session, but it's fun, it's with the camera, there's a lot of adrenaline going on, it's exciting. And sometimes it's hard to literally just focus purely on the tennis. So take some of this points play with a pinch of salt. But a much better start in this tiebreak, going 5-1 up. You can see him putting some relentless pressure on me there with the forehand side, just hitting the top of the net tape, and me instantly capitalising and going 7-1 up. This is exactly where I wanted to be, and we're going to be taking it to a third.
Who's your favourite player right now?
Right now is Fonseca.
Fonseca's like 18, he's playing like crazy. Do you think that when you're as old as Fonseca, you could beat him? Oh, it's a good question.
Let's see.
Let's see. It would be close. That's a good answer. I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. What's your favourite shot?
My favorite shot. In the deuce court, serving for the wide court, and then backhand cross court and the volley.
I was going to say, I thought your favourite shot was going to be your backhand, because you hit it so clean. You can just see you have like a natural ability on it.
So the final breaker to 10 to decide it all. And I can't lie, I was a lot more nervous than I might have been letting on, as shown by that double fault there at 1-0. And an insane return, taking me 3-love down pretty early on. And I could seriously see my chances of winning this tiebreak just completely going out the window. And as you can see, my head began to go as well. Now, was this my proudest moment on this Tennis Brothers channel? Definitely not. And did I begin to start capitulating that I was going to lose to a 14-year-old? 100%. But I don't think without good reason. Junseo had amazing ground strokes, was super clinical at the right moments, and really, when the pressure was on points like this, really executed and didn't even give me a chance. And at 7-3, putting in a very, very fast return, forcing me to make a little bit of a tough decision there with that slice, putting it long. And I'm already 8-4 down.
I'm actually really up against it here. I was a little bit complacent at the beginning, and now I'm 8-4 down. Let's see if I can dig myself out of this one.
Time to try and dig myself out of this hole that I kind of created for myself. Some big forehand hitting here from both of us, just absolutely peppering that up the middle, and me shanking it long, giving him quite a few match points and a very bold return from there from him and some great athleticism. And he takes the tiebreak 10-4.
I'm 21, so 7 years older. How does it feel beating me?
It was pretty happy, and then it was a really great experience hitting with really famous person.
He was telling me he was watching some of my videos. He actually watched the Bengu Sigwan video. Yeah, the level of you guys is crazy. Appreciate the session. Thank you for practicing with me. He also told me he might come and play Wimbledon, the under-14s event, right? So we're going to try get on a practice when he comes. Have a rematch on a grass court. Maybe I have the advantage because I played before.
So that's it for today's video. Definitely an eye-opening experience, and I'm going to be following Junseo's journey over the next couple of years very closely because I think he has a lot of potential to go far in the game. And like I said, I'm going to be training very hard for a rematch. And if you want to see more videos where I challenge up-and-coming tennis players to matches, then drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel because it really helps us out. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.